So, I survived an airplane crash. And let me tell you how it started. Ever since I was a kid, I loved airplanes. Anything that had to do with airplanes, I was there. Our family traveled a lot, and so I really enjoyed being always in the airport. And even when I was very young, and people asked me, what are you going to do when you grow up? It was king, pilot, or engineer in that sequence. We lived in the Middle East, so king goes out of the question. And then as I became, getting ready to college, my father talked me out of being a pilot. He said, you'll be just a glorified bus driver. So with that, I went into engineering, went into technology, and I had a very successful career, being basically an engineer and then executive. I worked with Intel for almost 10 years. And, but all along, I always took jobs that required a lot of travel. And the highlight of my travel was always walking into the plane, looking left, seeing the cockpit and all those lights and dashboard, and then having to turn right and go and sit with the rest of the guys. There's a few times where I snuck through the gate of the first class and business class just so I can take a little peek. Anyway, I finally had an opportunity to have an early retirement with Intel a few years ago. And at that time, it was a choice. Do I want to continue that path of basically an executive in technology space or not? And I did decide to take that bold move and pursue my passion. I basically figured, if I don't do it now, I will never do it. So with that, I decided to allocate 20-30% of my time just on aviation. I really didn't know what it was, but just I knew that I enjoy airplanes. So I started attending conferences, aviation conferences. I started going to flying schools. I went to flying school here in Singapore, and they basically say, why are you here? Go learn in Malaysia. And I opted to go and learn in the US. But basically it took me two paths. One was going to flying schools and learning to fly. And the other part, I'll get to that in a second. But so flying schools, I found a company in the US that makes those lovely airplanes that I'm wearing now. They're amphibious airplanes, and I went to California for that. And it was just an amazing experience. Day one, couldn't wait just to get in the cockpit with an instructor and just start learning to fly. And within 10 days, I was doing my first solo, which basically means no instructor with you, you're on your own. Took off, wonderful. And then on the way down, basically downwind, where you're basically getting ready to land, and I'm like, did I really think through this? Am I sure I can do this? And you start panicking and sweating and all that stuff. Yeah, long story short, I made the landing, and they had to do 3 of those to pass the solo and went to the next stage. But that was a scary moment for me. And another scary moment for me was when we were doing emergency landing practice. So basically what you do is with the instructor, you fly with the instructor, and at any moment he will just slide the throttle back to idle. Plane is gliding, and he says, what are you going to do? So you have to decide, aviate, navigate, communicate, you go in that sequence. So I first get control of the plane, and then I try to land it safely. So we did that all afternoon. Everything is great. And on the way back, he slides the thrust again. We're basically going back to base. He slides it back and goes, what are you going to do? And I said, okay, no highway, no lake. I guess I'm going to just have to land in a field. This field here. And he says, why don't you go into there's a dirt road next to it. And I'm worried that it's bumpy, maybe if the plane will flip, it would be a disaster. So I'll just go for the field. I'll keep the wheels up and then just land on the belly of the plane. So he says, show me. So I come down and manage to get to the beginning of the field. You always do all these maneuvers about 500 feet above ground. So we're 500 feet above ground. He goes, okay, good, let's go home. I slide the thrust forward, and it just slides back. And I slide it again and slide back. And I say, it's not working. He said, what do you mean? I said, look, we're losing time there. I'm basically going further down and down. And he goes, let me see. Oh, shit, again. What do you mean again? Yeah, it happened to me once, but we're on the lake and we landed fine. I should have known better. His name was Crush, I'm not kidding. So as the crush takes over, time, he tried, couldn't. We basically ended up landing onto the field, basically crash landing on the field, hit that same road that I was trying to avoid, flew over it, landed in the vineyard, and everything was okay. I guess devils don't die. But in the meantime, here I am. In the meantime, also got across a flight simulator business here in Singapore that I acquired, so I'm now running a flight simulator, and every day I turn left into the cockpit.